Hello and welcome, this is Noah with Nomad Gaming, and we are here with a video for the Marvel Champions LCG, which is a living card game produced and distributed by Fantasy Flight Games. Today we have the player card review for the Captain Marvel hero set. We're going to cover the hero, the signature cards, the archenemy and villain cards, and how she plays with each aspect. So, without further ado, let's blast off. In Marvel Champions, each player chooses a two-sided identity card which starts on its alter ego side, face up. Captain Marvel is one of 5 heroes included with the core set. Of course, Captain Marvel's alter ego is Carol Danvers, who you see here. Let's get started by going over her base statistics. We have 12 hit points, just above average, but certainly nothing to scoff at. She has a fairly standard hand size of 6 in alter ego and 5 as the hero. Recover of 4 is right on average, and on the hero side we see 2 thwart, 2 attack, and 1 defense. Good stats, but a little lacking in the defense. Looks like we have a decent balance on her base stats, so let's take a deeper look at her abilities to really flesh out our persona. In alter ego form, we have traits for Shield and Soldier. Carol has the Commander ability, which reads Action, choose a player to draw 1 card, limit once per round. Extra card draw is awesome, and the ability to share this when needed is great. No downside here. We're going to see another way for our signature card pool to help us draw more cards later in Alter Ego, so this is a great tool with good synergy. Captain Marvel swaps out her shield trait for the Avenger trait, but is still a soldier. She has the ability Rechannel, Action, spend an energy resource and heal 1 damage from Captain Marvel, draw 1 card, limit once per round. This is nice. As noted earlier, card draw is good. Having to discard for it, not the best, but there are cards that we don't want more than one of, and this can be a good way to cycle through a dead card. Incidental heal is always good, and getting to drop 1 damage per turn can buy 1 or more turns on our hero mode so that we can really let our light shine. It looks like Captain Marvel is going to help us draw more cards, and we'll get to stay in hero mode, so let's jump over to our signature card pool to see what tools we will be working with there. Each hero in Marvel Champions has a dedicated 15-card signature pool that is included in every deck for that hero. These cards really bring our heroes to life, so let's see what tools we have for this Captain Marvel deck. Interesting flavor and synergy here with our signature ally, Spider-Woman. She is a 3-cost ally with 2 thwart and 2 attack. She will take 1 consequential damage with either action, and she has 2 health and the Avenger and Spy traits. Her responsibility reads, after Spider-Woman enters play, confuse the villain. With a hero who has some distinct advantages being in alter ego form, there's a lot of utility in a card that can unconditionally confuse. Not only that, but with 2 thwart, this card can really help you take control of the scenario. Miss Marvel is also going to come with a key upgrade and support cards for her signature pool. The Alpha Flight Station is a 1-cost support which is going to let you discard a card to draw a card, but in alter ego mode it becomes discard 1 to draw 2. Again, sometimes there are dead cards in your hand, and being able to drop something that you can't or won't play for an extra card or resource is of great value. Captain Marvel's helmet is a 2-cost upgrade that adds 1 to our base defense, 2 when we're an aerial, and Cosmic Flight is a 2-cost upgrade that gives us the aerial trait and has a hero interrupt ability on defense. When we would take damage, discard Cosmic Flight to prevent 3 of that damage. Not the best damage prevention in the game, but with big health pool we can certainly save the game at the right time. We can close out the signature pool with some real all-stars, including the card which I think is the keystone of Miss Marvel's strength. Energy Channel is a 0-cost upgrade, max 1 per player, action, spend X energy resources, put X energy counters here, and then has the hero action attack, discard Energy Channel, deal 2 damage to an enemy, to a maximum of 10, for each energy counter here. Boom! That's 10 damage. That's a nuke. That can put some serious work in with our win conditions. Not only can we not ready to blast a villain yet, just toss a couple of counters on here, blast an annoying minion with Retaliate or a high HP. Pairing nicely with this game's first 3 resource card, Energy Absorption, this card is an all-around utility powerhouse. Spending 1 card to play your 3-cost allies, great. Put 3 counters on Energy Channel, yes please. Only need 2 cards to play your Avengers Mansion? Sweet! This card fundamentally changes the way cost works in a Miss Marvel deck. Conveniently, we come prepared to make use of that energy with 3-cost Photonic Blast. This has a hero action, attack, deal 5 damage to an enemy, and if you paid for this card using an energy resource, draw 1 card. So, Photonic Blast plus energy absorption is plus 5 damage for a net of 1 card. I see great things here. Finally, we have Crisis Intervention. The 2-cost event gives us a natural boost to manage our threat in our game. It has the hero action, Thwart, remove 2 threat from a scheme, then, if you have an aerial trait, remove 2 threat from a different scheme. The biggest downside of this one is the word different. You can't do 4 off of 1 scheme, but when we have a few schemes out, this can really retake control of a perilous board. Depending on your choice of aspect, this is a huge benefit by allowing you to cut a couple of threat management cards for more utility or other consistency. Now that we've seen all the cards in our signature pool, we can tell that Captain Marvel has some great internal synergies and has huge potential for single shots of massive damage. Before we jump into how each aspect pairs with this hero, let's briefly take a look at her Nemesis. Captain Marvel is going to face down Yanrog. Our Nemesis has the Elite and Kree traits. At 5 health, he brings 2 scheme and 3 attack with a force response. After Yanrog attacks, place 1 threat on the Psych Magnetron. The Psych Magnetron is going to come into play with 3 threat and an additional 1 per player. While it's in play, we're going to be taking an extra encounter card per player, so we need to get rid of this quick. With extra threat coming from Yanrog, this is going to be important to make things... It is going to be important to make the right decision between thwart and attack until we get things cleared. Kree Manipulator is going to surge and add 1 threat to the main scheme. It also has the boost effect that punishes undefended attacks with more threat. While Yanrog's Treason is going to attack any strategies that rely on energy resources. Carol has to deal with her own problems in the form of family emergency. We can either exhaust to remove this from the game or take a stun and a second encounter card. My strategy for dealing with this one? Hope it never comes out. Let's sum up what we have with Captain Marvel before we take a look at aspect-specific play. She can draw cards and heal on either mode, plus she has card draw support in her signature pool in the form of Alpha Flight Station. I won't blame many people for hard mulliganing to dig for an energy channel. That 10 damage can really move us through a villain quickly. Her balanced stats are versatile with her signature pool, lets her fill any role that you need for solo and group play. And 12 hit points is going to let us get around, or let us hang around in hero mode for those big hits that we're trying to throw out there. Let's take a look quickly at the aggression aspect. If you are into high risk, high reward style of glass cannon play, park your Captain Marvel in aggression. With a decent energy icon pool and efficient damage events, you can pair this aspect with Captain Marvel's energy channel and have some very swingy turns. Just be careful to not get too bogged down with a minion heavy or side scheme heavy board. If this isn't your route, don't look to the aggression pool for help with threat. You're going to be relying on crisis intervention, and you're going to want to be in aerial mode. Sometimes consideration for leadership builds feels very narrow. Pick allies, toss in a couple of 3 of the staples, and ta-da, build your deck. In my work with Captain Marvel, I don't feel like it's this way. Captain Marvel works well with a variety of leadership sub-themes, and particularly with the static and one-time boosts to hero and ally stats, and with the ally swarm strategy. Some of the staple allies like Vision and Hawkeye work really well with Captain Marvel's built-in signature resources and her energy sub-theme. Captain Marvel has a thematic connection to the idea of protection. I mean, that's what she does, right? The base concept of protection, boost defense and heal, works well with the high base health and low defense on our hero. It's not too bad to play Get Behind Me and take an extra attack when you're boasting a 12 base HP. Again, a lot of the best cards in Protection Pool carry the energy resource icon, and Noah gives us an alternate payoff for the energy plan if we need it. Finally, Justice. My personal bias goes to Justice pairing for Captain Marvel. Her signature pool really does a great job of doling out the damage and can be relied on to consistently deal with little threats and eat away at our villain with huge chunks. But the threat management is just lacking. Crisis intervention is good, but situational, and our signature ally can throw out a Confuse to slow things down. Justice jumps in to fill this role. With a strong pool of relevant threat reduction, it complements Captain Marvel's core strength. Considering recent revelations about campaign play, I'm inclined to think that a hero with decent HP and balanced deck could be poised to become a mainstay at most tables, and I'm pretty excited to take this for a spin. Of course, we have a sample deck here, which is looking to play solo and handle this sort of Swiss Army knife role to do it all. Decent balance between threat reduction and damage production and a reliance on some key allies help us set up for some big shots with our hero. If you have a build for Captain Marvel that you think you're having success with, please drop a comment below and give us a link to check out your strategies. That brings us to the end of another hero review. Thank you again for joining us here at Nomad Gaming. We're working on some great new content featuring deck building, live play, and of course the rest of our hero reviews. If there's something that you're dying to hear more about, leave us a comment. Let us know what you'd like to see on the channel, and of course, let us know what you think of the content so far. If you would like to lend us your support for free, please give us a like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Take a look at some of our previous videos, including our first look at the revealed campaign expansion, The Rise of Red Skull. Until next time, let's go game!